Oh, come on. I get all tangled up. Yeah, man. Out you come. Alright. Hey, get it, everybody. Just quickly cleaning up here. I kind of jumped the gun a little bit. I wasn't actually ready to start streaming, but it's already happening, so I have to pretend I know what I'm doing right now. Then again, I do that on a regular basis. I'm very good at pretending not what I'm doing. Alright, I need to get this CNC machine out of the way. Fun and games is over. So, but yeah, for those who didn't see it, yep, this beastie is working now. So I haven't tried the spindle yet, but I have at least been able to run it. All the what do you call it? All the steppers work. Everything's moving back and forth as it should. The axes are correct, so I'm pretty happy with that. But I've got to put it away and work on things maybe over the long weekend. But it's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one. I'm very happy with it. It's sturdy. There's a few instruction issues, but yeah, and there's a couple of slight misalignments in the drilling, but it's nothing chronically, catastrophically bad. More a case of, well, I know that's going to cause some strain here and there. Anyway, let's get this out of here. That can be for another day of joy. It's quite heavy, I must say. Oop, my phone just hit the deck. And I've cracked it. Oh well. C'est la vie. Alright, I'm just going to have a quick look at this Toshiba. I've got a P870. Most of the time I don't bother with these because by now, usually the PCHs are just cactus. Yes. A bunch of RAM there. I used to be quite eager to get these because they were very good machines for the time. Yep, dying. Let's see, this person's mostly disassembled it by the looks of it. Let's see, where's my DC in jack? Ah, boy, it's buried over there. And of course, as always, it's a great process to try and work out how to get them out. Okay, that's disconnected. Okay, we've got a screw here. Duh! So, look with your eyes, Paul. Look with your eyes, and it's telling you 1 and 1 make 2, and 2 and 1 make 3. It was destiny. Come on, give me a suitable screwdriver. Yeah, it is very sad about Toshiba. Yeah, when I couldn't believe it when I heard that. Yeah, that was the end of the run for them. And I was like, what? Yeah, it was one of the few brands that I could, that I could reasonably recommend as a PC brand at the time. Oh man, I have to stick it under a speaker. Although when they do crap like this, it just ticks me off. So don't route the power under the speaker. And then you get this crap where it's snapping off, but that's PCs for you in general. Yeah. Hey B Blood, hey Paul, Miles, hey Tritz, Textralian and Greg. Come on, you're gonna come out? What are you, trapped in there? Yeah, It's always a nightmare to get. And they're usually trapped just by some shark's teeth or something like that. There we go. Yep, shark's teeth. And I think we found the fault. I could be wrong, but I suspect that's it. We'll find out. I mean, it could have just been through my personal abuse then. You know, chopping into it. Keith, this is a no power machine. And the person brought it along saying that they thought it might be a MOSFET failure. And I'm kind of hoping they're wrong. I'm genuinely hoping it's just going to be a cable failure. Because cable failure is more my kind of thing. Those two wires are bonded together and then heat shrinked. Travis, you're going to get a good swift kick in the nether regions with that sort of predictive activity. I could very much do with this one just to be a down the line simple job. Let's get some heat shrink. Yeah, you're a bit big, but yeah. If it's too big, that's fine. I'll just inject some sarin juice into it. And that usually solves the gap issue. I can delid. Yeah, I don't know if I can depend on it to be that accurate. I think delidding it will probably be delivering death. These wires are just so janky, as Jessa Jones would say. Hey Joho, yeah, I'm pretty happy with the CNC getting up and running. I was kind of expecting it to be a bit of a nightmare, but fortunately the controller that comes with it, it just talks on the serial port, and you send the G codes to it, and that's the end of that. It gets the G codes and it handles all the stepping itself. You know, there's nothing you have to do. Very nice. All self-contained. And at least, I mean, look, the steppers aren't that great. They're not very hefty. They're going to suffer if I push them. Yeah, they're going to misstep and stall and things like that. But it's a good starting... It's definitely a good starter CNC for me. I can't complain. Hey, 10 minute, one way. Oh, Vladimir. I just realised it was you who said about the delidding. Ew, that's something gnarly looking on that. And that was the keyboard falling off. Beep. We're hoping that we have a no power Toshiba situation that ends up being just, you know what, I'm gonna have to actually what do you call it, desolder that, or get rid of that solder, because I really need to just get that wire to sink in, otherwise... What the fire truck? Jeez. My keyboard is having a exorcist moment. There we go. Yeah, Textralian, that's right. I'm just not going to go that way. Considering we know that for the most part, all I'm going to be doing is chewing through a little bit of synthetic rock, maybe some brass, and that'll be about it. So it's all very light duty stuff for me. And of course I will most likely keep that all away from the prying eyes of the peanut gallery. Oh man. Hey Jim Allen. Yeah, can't have the peanut gallery making any comments. What are you working on today, Jim? Looks good enough. Let's just pop a couple of sticks in here. Databases. Yeah, I was having fun with those the other day. I had to bring out the old SQL handbook. It's ridiculous, you know. I've been doing SQL on and off for, well, since the mid-90s. And I still have to have a handbook handy for most of my queries. Anything beyond just the standard select star from table. Crikey, mate, where'd you go? Oh, there. Well, SQL is weird, but it's also very handy, and yeah, I mean, there's always people saying, oh, we're going to replace SQL, we've got something better. And at the end of the day, SQL just keeps on trucking. And there's a reason for that. It's a bit like you can't kill C in Fortran. I can't believe they modified a Dell power brick for this. That's interesting. Hey Mike Peck. I don't have the greatest of time with them either, Mike, so don't judge yourself based on me. Okay, maybe it is something more. Do these have an auto on? That's the other thing, is yeah, these things, I don't know whether I'm supposed to be getting a status light. Normally you get a DC in status light. Let's see if we're actually even getting any power. No, we don't do little Johnny table drop tables. No, we've got 19 volts. Looks like we're going to have to find the ON/OFF switch. That's fine. We'll bring up the chassis. We'll drop it into the chassis, connect up the ON/OFF button, and see if it comes good. If I can even find out where that one is, whether it's on the keyboard. Usually it's on the deck. Yeah, it's on the deck on this one. Okay. upside down. I'm gonna guess that's you. Lots of guessing going on here. Lots and lots of guessing. But that's what happens when you fiddle around with these machines. It's all guesses. And awkwardness. Well, it's like dating. The first date where you got to guess whether they're into what you're into, what they're going to eat, whether they're going to invite you up for coffee or not, and whether that coffee means coffee or whether it means something else. It's a dangerous game. Not a nix. Come on, man. Ugh. Why? Should have been a simple fix. Why no simple fix? Fuse. If only. Well, it's worth checking anyway. You never know. $19. $19. Let's see, we've got 19 on the 19. Zitch. Okay, 1919, we're not getting anything through at the moment. Alright. I'm just going to have a look at the board, see if anything's visible. It's certainly not causing it to shut down from a short or anything at this point. It's just not firing up. No, the connector was keyed. I wish it was something like that, but the connector is actually keyed. So I wouldn't have been able to get it in if it wasn't correctly aligned. Anyway, so this is our input stage. And we're getting 19 through to the fuse. It's almost like I didn't get to see whether we're getting 3v3. And as I say that, I see Yankov is mentioning it. Yep. Well, that's some horror puke mess, but that's probably just CPU junk, not actually corrosion. So, awful lot of old flux on this. Because the other fun thing is, I have to find the BIOS. Oh, sweet mercy. Alright, someone else has been botching at this. Alright, what the hell? Okay, what mod have they done here? I'm suspecting they're shorting something to ground. Yeah. This is really the hilarious part when something's being worked on. Because, yeah, you don't even know what you're about to walk into. And then, before you know it, you're in the Blue Oyster Bar. Okay, that is not a short... That's like... That's some kind of... I just don't know what kind of mod that's for and what it's... Yeah. So it's like 7k or higher. Probably a 10k resistor. And it's doing something here. Maybe they were trying to force the on-off button. I just don't know. I suppose if I look at the schematic, and we've got a lot what looks like heat vapor. Something's been cooking. Hmm. Yeah, where the hell's my BIOS? Let's have a look at the other side. See what nightmares I will find. Oh, bloody hell. Well, that's trucked. That's probably nothing related. This is something external. It's, looks like some sort of data path. I can't imagine that's got anything to do with it. Mind you, it is awfully close to that, which is our on-off button. But that's pretty catastrophic there, whatever that was. Whee! And that's what we did on the board. That's just some 80-20. I'm kind of curious to see what I'm dealing with. And okay, so we've got a trace that's been taken out. Cap that's been taken out. Another bit of a trace being taken out. Yeah, fun and games. I think the one that might be of concern to me is this one here. So I'm definitely going to need a board view and schematic, or something, to find out what that resistor is. There's no way I can tell just from this. This here, like I said, whatever is connected to that, it's a data line. It looks like it's capacitively coupled data line, so I don't know what that could be. Okay, let's see what board this is. And this is a GL10FG, I think. GL10FG. Hey, Bibas. How's it going, boss? Let's see, GL10FG, schematic, and board view. Kind of looking for a bad caps one. Let's get a bad caps. You have the schematic. Will the schematic be of much assistance in this case? I do kind of need the board view, but I might be able to derive. Oh man, I don't know what my password is. Sheesh. No idea what my password is. That? You have entered an invalid password. You have 10 seconds to comply. Thank you for complying. Sorry, what was that? GL10FG. That goes to Elvicom. That's no good to me. What is this? 2015. That's not going to be around anymore. There we go. And this sort of thing predates the days of board views. Hey Jason, sorry, I did get your message and then I just sort of didn't. I'm bad, okay? I'm a bad person. Forgive me. Alright, quad. Okay. Oh, crikey. Where was that damage now? The other corner of the board. Okay, so the only thing we've got here is CN2405. It's probably coming out of that. But like I said, it doesn't help us with this too much. Where does that go? And it goes to what looks like is a button. So it could be a, what do you call it, a debugging button. It also goes, it's a pretty chunky line. So I wonder if it is 3v3 or something. Though it's a bit chunky for that. Let's see, Catherine. Catherine, did I just click on your link? Yeah, I did. Okay. Okay, so well, the first thing I'm going to do is look up CN2405. Ugh. CN. God damn it. Oh no, it was actually right. Ah, you're killing me, Google. Download. I already got it. This isn't much better. What was I after? 2405. Okay, so we do have a couple of 3v3 lines. This is all USB stuff. So it could be 5VO. I suppose the easiest way for me to tell is to... you know what, proximity alone is the only thing we've got here. Okay. I'm hoping that this will show up somewhere. So what I'm going to do is scratch away. That. And switch into continuity mode. Find my probies. Jason, yeah, it's not worth it, but I'm just doing it for, funnily enough, another person called Jason. It must be something about the Jasons. Okay, now what pin's that? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Pin 10. And pin 10 is some arbitrary... Yeah, it's not really important. Assuming this is pin 1 based on the arrow, then yeah, pin 10 we've got here. Okay, but... Hey, oh Mo, what are you doing, buddy? Is climbing up on the carport not enough for you these days? Oh, Milo chucking a sticky beak in here. No, this is the 850, I think. I forget now. It's the big one. Just trying to find the back plate. 870. Yeah. Anyway, so well, the USB is cactus. I guess the problem I'm having is that what this line is obviously a main rail. I don't know whether it's 5 or whether it's 3. I guess I can just plug it in and have a look and see if it's always on or whether it's not. So we'll just plug the power in, switch to volts mode so that I don't crispy fry my multimeter too much. Okay, so that's a 3.3 rail. Right. Let's see. Pin 1 on there. 3.3 on there. Oh no, let's have a look. What is this? CN201. Oh, that was the eco button. Wait, no, that's a power. That's a power. Eco LED, eco button. Interesting. This one actually takes 5 volts in. Or is it actually above? Ah, here we go. Alright, so I was actually on the wrong connector. This is the power connector CN200. Not CN201 or whatever that is. Alright, so where's CN200? Is this it? There we go, that's CN200. Ah. So I was pressing the wrong button. I plugged in the wrong button. So maybe I've been chasing a non-existent fault. And yep, I can see that now. I can see clearly now. My brain is gone. I'm just gonna rip it off the board. Just please stand by while I make horrible modifications to this top deck. So yeah, I was fiddling around with the eco button at that point. Hey, Frank Dalton. Okay, here we go. Which way up are you? You that way? You happy now? But yeah, that said, they're definitely going to have USB issues. Power. Let's plug in the Chipmunk. It's a very handy way if you don't have a power LED on the board. Aha, power. We have power. And an LED. Okay, so it was... Ooh, maybe not. Oh, it's back again. Is this going to do a dumb oscillation thing? Band spin. Just want that to blink if you... Okay, yep, cool. Okay, that's solved, but we really do have the problem here with the USB lines there, so I might try to fix those up. So they're just going to be normal paired USB decoupling caps. So if we look back on the schematics, what we're looking for again? CN2405. It's embarrassing to me that for so long I actually really didn't care much about board views. I was just like, I just need a schematic, I'm good. A3X. Alright, so these are the ones we're looking for. They're all going to be much the same, as long as they're pretty much the same, because they're just capacitively coupled lines. So 100 nanofarad, 16 volts, and they look like 402s, I think. I did get a new batch of 402s. Yankov, well, I'll just do this while I'm at it. Let's see, 100 nanofarad, 50 volts. That's a little over the top. 220, 10, 3 picofarad. Here we go. 100 nanofarad, 16 volts. And it's not going to take me too much time. Famous last words, I know. I've got Mac A1466s to deal with after this, thanks to Jason. If everyone had silk screen, well, you know, I gotta admit, with the larger number of parts on boards these days, I am thankful for board views. Because it gets pretty damn hard to do that silk screening down to this level. Yeah, you're out of here. And it's really no fun doing that whole chase all over the board trying to find it, and then you get something really close, like say you're after P3006 and you find P3004, P3005, P3007, and they leave off 6 just to torture you. Thanks folks, damn schematic. There we go. I'm just adding some 250 because we're right next to a connector. We don't want to muss that up too much. There we go. Jason, why would you send me a Bible? What? Besides, I've read a couple. Not really my kind of reading anymore. Let's see if we can get... Oops. Whoa, that was close. Let's see if we get any chance of being able to find out what that resistor is in terms of resistance. If it's a real one, it will go into the trasho cano. Had the joy of living with Mormons for the 20 years of my life. Fortunately, they were very, not your sort of stereotypical ones. So that was a nice thing. Those traces are an absolute train wreck. Now, it should be noted that the reason why these traces tend to be all squiggly all over the place is because they're trying to keep them the same length and also trying to make sure that the impedance is matched. It's not... Keeping them the same length is half the deal. Keeping the impedance is the other half of the deal. So I'm going to have to basically... Look, it's not going to be that critical in the sense of it will still work, it'll probably just have more errors, that's all. Magnification tends to vary depending on the task, but basically for me, I am running a 0.7 Barlow on top of a 7 to 45. So that gets you around about 5 to 25 or something like that, roughly. You can do the math. I'm busy doing the repair. Yeah, if it's DDR, that's really going to matter, or any of those sort of actual CPU, PCI type clocking situations where you want to make sure your data and your clock signals arrive hand in hand. But for USB 3, yeah, you can sort of get away with it a bit more. Like I said, not the most ideal thing. You try to obviously do the best you can, and you try not to make it any worse than you have to. These freshly arrived today. Math on the weekend. What kind of masochist am I? I'm a subtle masochist. Thank you very much. And if it's on Sunday, I'll be a Sabbath masochist. There we go. Alright, now I've got the problem here where I've got the big plastic connector, and that's a nuisance because I really want to hot air these on. Ew. Bit of bodgy snot that was on there. Come on, mate. Come on. Come on. Get on there. Come on. Come on. Being dodgy. It's late at night. I've just went through just went through a 7 days to die horde night. Didn't die, but then I went out the next day all happy, walking with a big fat smile on my face, like, what's his name? Leonardo DiCaprio. And then I saw a wolf and I thought, I'll get that wolf, I need some meat. And it turned out to be a yellow-eyed SOB. And subsequently I died. So I survived the zombie horde night, but a yellow-eyed wolf gets me in the frozen wasteland. I was not happy about that. Okay, so we're going to see if we can get a resistance value here. I don't know how. 24 megs seems a little unrealistic. Miles, I actually kind of like not having real game. Yeah, I enjoy the brainlessness. There's a certain pleasure in just being able to switch off. And 7 days is fun enough. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to be able to get a measurement off that one. It's a goner. Wes, this is the proper flux now, as in the smells nice Amtech one. Alright, so we have no clue whatsoever as to what that value resistor was. Diddly squat, and there's no silk screen there to tell us what it could have been, to even guide us. So the only way we're going to really find out is just, hopefully we can infer it, or someone else can tell me what it is. Ugh. Damn it, my Litz wire just went everywhere. I've got more than enough Litz wire to last me probably 3 lifetimes, and it's only a tiny little spool, a little bobbin of it. That's more than enough. pick a value between 10 ohms and 10 megs. I'll probably say 10k, maybe 100. That's where my thought is. It feels like it's a pull-up line or something because, it's coming off the 5 volt line. So, yeah, I'm inclined to think it's just a pull-up. In which case, almost anything will probably work. I use the Chinesium burning rubber arm. Oh my goodness. Some of them do smell terrible. Thanks for the chuckle. Probably wondering why I'm being a madman and using the great big chisel tip for this. It's because it burns through the enamel very quickly, so I don't have to sit there and love the enamel to death using the. I guess that's the downside. Wait a minute, I wasn't expecting that. Definitely caught me off guard a little. Hey Tony W, hey Jaden. Oh, Mark's here. Hey Mark. I was thinking about you the other day. I was thinking, you know what? I don't think I recall seeing you around for a bit, and I just wanted to be sure you're okay. But thank you for turning up. Now I don't have to do that. Because you're already here. The problem I have with this resistor situation here is that I don't know if it actually has anything to do with the USB at all. I think it's... Well, no, come to think of it, it must have, yeah. I mean, why else would they... Yeah, this board needs to be manscaped. And I curled off my little connect. Good evening, Aiden. Been having a few weeks where I've been questioning my existence. I have taken a few me days. Oh, well, I'm glad you're having some me days. I'm not so glad to hear that you've been questioning things. Hopefully you can come to a resolution, a good one. But then again, I mean, I suppose good is relative. It's entirely up to you, isn't it? Simple. I really wish I had a board view so I could just load this up. Okay, so as far as we know, it connects to pin 10. And pin 10 is this USB 3 SS TX2 D negative. Sure, yeah. Okay, copy, paste. Alright, here we go. Maybe. And it looks like a 0 ohm resistor. Potentially. Potentially. Well, I'm glad we're stuck with you. The only thing is, I've got a problem here, is that this here definitely looks like a rail line. Okay. I wonder if... It'd be nice to know what that was called. That would have been a good hint for us. Because we'd know that... Yeah, but it gives us nothing. It's just got this... That's the board code there. And even though this is in the proximity, it doesn't help us. It is coming up into here, but again, it could be going through on this pin 1 here, CN250. Ah, shite, you can't see. Yeah. Actually, that's not pin 1, that's not the direct opposite of pin 1. Yeah, 0 and 5%. You get those. Entirely normal too. Okay, it is not that connector, not that pin. So we're going to stick our probey probe on there and we're going to go through and see if what highlights. Okay. And this is why you cannot make the assumption that just because it goes under the connector, it's part of the connector. Because that... I wonder if I just push that in. So it sort of goes up to there and probably just goes through the board. We'll try it again though. Yeah, that's not in there. Could be 2478. I was thinking it might be that, but the trouble I had with that is it doesn't go... I'll give it another go. Maybe it does actually trigger on another pin up there. So there. Ugh. And I could have sworn it was a 5/8 rail. No, it's definitely this one here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And it's a 20 pin connector. You can tell it's 20 pin, or it should be 20. Oh wait, no it's not, it's a 22 pin connector. On these boards, you may notice these little like dash marks, and they usually represent 10 pins. Sometimes 5, yes, maybe they have half-length ones, but typically they're 10-pin markers. So yeah, it's pin 10 on 2405, CN2405. And yeah, according to this, it's just a... Yeah, the data line for the... It just doesn't seem to make sense though. The reason why it does make sense to me as well is because we do not have a similar one up here. See now, this here is obviously a pair off the USB, and we've got this. And this is another pair off the USB, so why don't we have a resistor near there? If it's that sort of thing. And there's nothing really around. We've got solid state connector, SATA rather. Yeah, so I'm not sure what to think, to be honest. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong schematic. I mean, yeah. 6050A249. 6050A2. That's pretty. 401 MB. Yeah, this is definitely the right one. Yeah, I realise the job code is all wrong on that. Get rid of that. So I don't know. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. If it was backwards. Oh, here's the other thing worth noting. I'll just bring out the schematic. Yeah, we said that's a 22-pin connector. Notice how it's only showing 20 pins there. So this is not matching what we're seeing. And these G things, they're the ground pins. They are these things here. Those two marks there. So yeah, we have a 22-pin connector, and that is not what is on the schematic. And this is why we like to stick to Macbooks generally. So I don't know whether it's going to be a 0 ohm or whether it's going to be... Yeah, because it's definitely a power rail. Well, since it's going into the USB, I think we can leave it be for the moment. Let's see if it even gives us a screen output. Then we can get on with some other more interesting things. This really is why most of the time people do not want to deal with PC laptops. Because it's hard enough to get the data out of places like Apple, but it's even harder to get it for PC laptops. I mean, it is getting better, but it's still not great. And when you're dramatically off like that, so I'm just trying to think, if I offset by 2 and that becomes pin 12, even if I go plus 2 pins, it's still a USB data line, minus 2 pins, USB data line. Yeah, I can't really make it match up. Ooh, collected a screw. Ah, it's your own screw. Ah well, good screw to collect, your own. Good job. Ach, niemand. No, you are not aligned. At least those connectors aren't too bad. But there's certainly a few out there that you basically don't ever want to have to try and reinsert. Now, there's definitely some truly horrible. Right, that's good. Right, we're going to be lucky if this doesn't kapload. We just want to see if we get a Toshiba screen and go from there. No flashbang. That's nice. There we do get power up. There we go. It's alive. So the ports in question are these two over here. They're the ones that probably aren't going to work. Yeah. No biddable rights. So we're okay. It's alive, and that's pretty much as I'm going to do on that. So in the end, it was really just a broken power connector. And the corrosion that we're working on there, that's secondary. If we could work out what the resistor value is, I'll be happy to just put a new one in there. But good luck working that out. Yep. Much success. Ship it. Fortunately, it's local, so I don't have to ship it too far. Just put the screws in the container so I don't lose them. I've already misplaced the keyboard. Right, there we go. Yeah, so that one was not a MOSFET. Damn it, you're stickered to hell. I can't fix you. You got too many stickers on you. I'm not ripping off stickers. Alright. Jason from Unofficial Mac has given us a whole bunch of terrifying boards to work on. Let's see if we can get at least one or two of these working before either himself or myself loses our sanity. Let's see. Got 165. Looks like someone likes to take the J tags off. I'm going to report that to the J tag abuse committee. Another 165 with the J tag intact. That's nice. And another one with it removed. Very blown up J8500, is it? I can never remember. Okay, so that blew up. That looks like 342 would have been taken out. There's nice. SMC has been replaced on that one. I'm liking number 8. We're going to go and start with number 8. Because I like to have my dessert before I have my vegetables. See the text. I will have a look at the text. The text is probably going to say, don't tell people these are my laptops. Those things terrify me, Jason. Those, you can keep those. I threw mine out, would you believe? Those resistor network books, that particular type, I know them very well. And they cost me a lot of money once. Cost me a lot of money, not because they were expensive to buy, which they're not, as you know, but because the values were dodgy in them and things went terribly wrong. So I threw them all out. It was probably just bad luck on my part, but I didn't want to take the risk anymore. And I mean, I get most values off element 14 pretty easy enough these days. Brett takes the J tags off. Jeez, he's a Lewis fan. I don't know if I can stand for that. I mean, these days, Lewis he's such a has-been. Yeah, he's a politician. Chinese SMDs resistors 30% tolerance. I think you need to add a 0 onto that. Alright, okay, so let's see what number 1 of Jason. Ooh, momentarily spat up and then shut itself down and it... Oh, we've got a cycler. Come on, do it again. Oh, is this going to be an SMC one? Didn't quite run the right pattern for SMC. Definitely got a rock on it though, or something. But that's my fault. Okay, we have a rail somewhere that is probably shorting, I'm gonna guess. Or we have one of the sense for the current is overcurrenting. So we'll bring out the gym cam because we are lazy and we need all the help we can get because we used up all our brain capacity on that Toshiba when we didn't actually have to. By the way, thank you for everybody who sent through schematics and stuff. That was useful. What am I doing? That's a question that is asked many a time. Alright, so we're going to look for... Just see if I can see anything visually actually first. No. We're going to look and see if we have any sudden bright spots pop up. Nothing? Okay, try the other side. Hey Villa. Damn it, the camera's stalled. Good job, camera. Okay, ISL is keeping warm. Looks like some activity over there by the... Let's try this again. Ooh, camera flared up. That said, the camera does do that anyhow when it's trying to boot. So I cannot actually blame the camera. It's a red herring in 90% of the case. Hey, Nuts and Proud. Yeah, we've got another person who we haven't seen for a while. Let's have a better look at the board in general. There's a bit of corrosion there that we'll have a look at. It may not be visible from this angle, so we're going to tilt the board up and have a look at it from another angle. But it's a favourite sort of spot for corrosion to be picked up. Overall, the board looks fairly clean. There's a bit of junk there, but actually I can't tell. Yeah, okay, it's just snot. Someone was probably fishing for green gold and then handled the board. This is why I wear gloves. Yeah, I'm gonna say we've got something around here. course, be on the lookout for a what do you call it? A split. Okay, so I see he's replaced one of those big caps. Yep, and he's taken out the keyboard connector. They'll have to be replaced. Well, would be a good idea to do so anyway. I shouldn't get all uppity here, because I know I'm going to be showing my ego any second. Yeah, that could be a bit of junk under there. Certainly doesn't look overly healthy. I'm not sure I could call that a smoking gun fault, but it's certainly going to need dealing with. The SMC looks beautiful. Yeah, we're going to go for that itty bitty replacement. If you're wondering what that part is, I'll bring it up. It's part of the power on circuitry, as far as I recall. I don't remember these things. Good God, people. Okay, schematics. I thought I got rid of that stupid feature. U1930. Okay, it's a power good rail. Okay, so it tells the CPU that the power that it needs is good or not. And we have corrosion on the unconnected one. Yay. Well, we'll see how we go. Jason, shame on you. You need to shred your technician's card. You probably did it just to make me have to do a keyboard replacement cable connector, because you like to torture me, as if I'm not a tortured enough soul as it is. This probably is not going to be it, but I'd be awfully happy if it was. More than happy to take it. I'm sure Jason would be too. Another one of those parts that take a deceptive amount of heat to get off the board. Hey Toast Tech. Oh, hello Francis. I've always got to use the micro pencil to puff up these pads. There we go, nice puffy pads. See if we haven't stripped the part off this already. Okay, see in this case, they hide it behind the blob where it's meant to be. Oops, kind of misaligned that when I put it back down, but that's okay. I was going to say, it'll find its way. just give it a bit more heat, give it a chance to recenter itself if it needs to. Yeah, it's so hard to make that little itty bitty tap that you need to. It's a massive amount of constraint required, both directions of muscles fighting against each other. Alright, let's see how we go now. Probably going to be exactly the same. Slightly different. Alright, time to measure some voltages. Oh. For some reason, the desktop has started capturing my multimeter key commands, and it's really ticking me off. 342 is good. Yeah, that's good. Three, 3.2 is good. 3.3. Alright, what else am I missing? Just gonna go back to the visuals. See if I've missed something else. I can see 342 is being reworked, but it does look like it's generating 342. Let's check the resistances of our current sense on the ISL. 20 is good. 3.45, that's good. Clean boards like this can be very frustrating. 7130 and 7131 were both cracked on this board. Okay. Right, yes. Okay, they were cracked, were they? Alrighty. Yeah, it gives me some hope. They're part of the DC in section. Might take a gamble. I'm kind of curious if this resistor is actually a higher value than it should be. Because if they were cracked from a short, then that could have seen a massive level of current. Did you change the ISL at all? I'd say I might change. See what else could have. It usually doesn't matter too much if these read a little bit high. Yeah, 10. It's going to come down to 10. Okay, so the ISL hasn't been changed. Okay, good to know. Okay, 2, this one should be a 0. Yep. I might change the ISL just to see. 4.7's good. 20 is good. Switch into diode mode. 1.9. Oh, it's going to be that no matter what. Okay, diode seems fine. So yeah, I'll try the ISL first. If it's not the ISL, I'll try that resistor. If it's not the resistor, it actually may be the input MOSFET. Although it kind of looks like you might have already changed that. Remember folks, if you want to play the game, get the board view and a schematic, and then you can actually tell me what part numbers or network names to look at. Because unfortunately, due to the lag, it's pretty hard to keep track of what everyone's saying relative to what I'm looking at. Could be a zombie fuse. Come on, hurry up, heat up. Alright, since we're not Lewis Rossman, we will have to draw away the most of that center pad excess. And that's about right for me. Sorry, just struggling to get the part out. And naturally, oh look at that, you can totally tell that's completely genuine and new. Not. It's okay, I'm not finished yet. I know it's completely wonked out. I'm still not finished after this even. Here we go again. Sunny Days is here. Sunny would say that Lewis would use a angle grinder to do this. Hello, Sunny. When are you sending me a free Tesla? Model 3, any color's okay. Actually, you've been pretty slack lately, Sonny. I haven't seen any good videos from you in a long time. Actually, have I ever seen any good videos from you? I do wonder. Keep trying. Do better. So here we go. No, same shit. It tries, it loses 5 first, and then it drops back. Jason, did you change Q 7130? Did you change? It looks like you've changed this one. I'm fairly sure you have. Either that or it just got excited. Actually, what's happened here? What's fucking happened here? That looks... it's quite marginal, that. When you're dealing with high currents, sometimes quite marginal on an inductor that size can actually mean a problem. So I'm going to reflow that as well. Yeah, I'm kind of curious. It's almost like it's just giving up. It's trying to deliver power and then it gives up. My third kid is watching. What? I'll tell you what, I wouldn't mind an Aptera. Yeah, okay, see how that just moved? That means this side's probably barely on. So I'm just gonna heat it up and push it back to central. Oh man, need more power. Scotty. Yeah, I'm doing a bang up job here. Alright, so that's a bit better. I'll retry these ones in a bit. but I just wanted to see if that was it first. I would have used assistive reflow on that, except for the fact that I had to shift the coil anyway. So if the coil didn't need shifting, then yeah, I'll just iron and reheat. Looks like we're going from bad to worse. Awesome. Could also be junk on my connector. Okay, same crap, different day. I'm just going to replace these caps, just in case. Although they look pretty solid to me, but I'm going to replace them anyway. This is sort of the point where sometimes you, just so you can maintain your flow's sanity, you go over a prior work and just double check everything. Yeah, I'm just pickling these. I'm pretty sure they're okay, but I'm just pickling them. It feels a shame to take them off, to be honest. I have a feeling that the MOSFET, the inrush MOSFET, might have taken a hit. Jason, I had a client bring in a 5K iMac. They had taken to the local shop, looked at it when it arrived. It had packing to... Oh... Super glued the bottom... Oh no, 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 no. That is nightmarish. Yeah, it's a big reason I won't handle the new iMacs is they just... Those screens are... It's like a death trap. A financial death trap that someone else has left for you. Hey Kodak. Sure, I'll deal with that connector later. I need that connector, but I'll deal with it later. I'm not trying to solder these properly, I'm just, as I said, just pickling them. At least these capacitors don't chuck a complete nana when they get hot. Well, they usually don't. But a lot of the more recent boards, they have these very low profile tantalum caps. And you get anywhere near them with any kind of heat other than just a reflow profile. Yeah, sort of a 2 minutes warm up, that sort of stuff. They will lose their... They just lose their minds and pop. It's extremely frustrating dealing with them. When it comes to heavy parts like this, as soon as you get one off and you need to get more the other one, Grab the other one pretty much straight away, because otherwise you'll lose too much heat out of the board. Oh, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Geez, I hope I got the polarity right. Still, tantalums are really good. They'll tell you if you got the wrong polarity pretty damn quickly. They're not at all shy about it. Hey, 6 skills. I have a feeling absolutely nothing has changed. I can't decide whether it's this one or this one. One way, I generally don't stay awake. Most of the time I don't get up until 11. So maybe that's your answer. Ah. Alright, MOSFET next. This of course is fun because we're right next to the SSD connector. We don't want to sully up that little darling of a thing. Because whilst it's replaceable, it's not fun replacing it. In fact, it's very much the opposite of fun replacing it. Once again, pickling apart the pads just to make them come off that bit easier. Oh, I don't really care to do a CPU reball. Admittingly, I'd rather do an SSD than a CPU reball, yes, granted. Now I could take both off, but I kind of want to test this out and find out what's going on. Come on, you lousy... Man, they're difficult to get off. I will say I'm pleased that nothing too dramatic happened. We are going to mess that up though. I don't want to get too much solder on the case. See, the problem with this particular device is that while we're able to put solder on those 4 outer pads, there's all those internal pads that you can't get access to, so that's why it takes so long to get it off. You know what, I'm going to put that metal shield on simply because I don't want the burning fumes in my face. Not today. So yeah, while these ones may melt, we've got to get those inner ones, and that takes actually heating the board up because we're not really able to do it from the... Holy crap, that one went quickly. There you go. I got proven wrong by the own board. Oh well. By the way, that was a 3437, this is a 165, but these particular MOSFETs, they're delightfully interchangeable. Let it cool down a bit. Got a cough. Alright. We all prepared to see absolutely nothing change. Are you ready for it? Diddly squat will change. Diddly squat. Bugger. Why do I have to be right? Alrighty. Sadly, the fuse is not a zombie fuse, so we can't blame that one. Sorry, folks. Let's see if it runs off battery. I know it sounds dumb, but I'm kind of curious. Not even trying to charge it. Granted, that's not the best battery, but it is actually a functional battery. Still, would have thought we'd get at least the rails staying up, even with the CPU failure. But let's give him a check. $12, that's pretty good. $12 and 160, that's pretty good values for the CPU and PCH. Hey, Richard T. Yeah, I'm going to replace the current sense resistor though. Again, I really just, I gotta admit, I am hoping for miracles here, and I'm probably looking at the wrong place. There's probably just a short down a rail somewhere, like, yeah, further down the line, and so it brings things up and then gives up. But I guess I'm sort of hunting around here because of the fact that this was where the original damage was. Even SMC, I mean, we've got the proper PP bus voltage, even when it's shut down. So the ISL is doing its thing, and so is the SMC, at least to that point. But I guess what I'm worried about is, did something happen to this so that when the main rails come up, like when the actual current demand picks up, it overreacts? And like, it doesn't have to be much. Like, that only has to increase. Well, it could increase easily a magnitude. So it can go from, say, 2 milliohms, whatever it is, 20 milliohms to zero point 0.2 ohms, or 200 milliohms. And you will not be able to measure that on the multimeter. At least not unless you've got a 4-wire meter, which funnily enough I have manufactured, but they're such a pain to use at the best of times. Because unless you have invested in getting proper Kelvin probes, then they're just a bit too cumbersome. Still saying crap. Ah, this is getting annoying. Tom, we actually have to be sensible about this now and actually go look for what rails are missing. Because we've done enough of the blind moronic testing. Time to actually test. Nah, Jason, I want to. It's because it's such a clean board. I mean, yeah, you're right. It's probably is due to be through, but because it is such a clean board, I want to see where it's dropping out. Yeah, thou must test voltages exactly. I'll get my CNC machine to do it. Is it? It's crikey, I can't read. I think it's an 8 gig. I think it's an 8 gig. It's going to be something maybe simple. Something maybe simple, maybe not. That's okay. Let's see, what have we got? HS computing is fine. Yeah, there. Yep, you guys are fine. Yep. Ugh. My eyeballs are just not good enough for what I was trying to do. I mean, it's fairly obvious. Yeah, that's fine. I'm pretty sure I was probing 3v3 before. Yeah, that's good. Yep. Okay, let's see if we've got 5 vs 5. Fingers crossed. Yep, 5 vs 5 is there. Now this one. Okay, yeah, we've got a missing one here. This is 5ES4 RS3, but it might not be here because it's not up to... Definitely got warmth on the CPU. That's bad news. Yeah, that's bad news. I mean, the resistances for the CPU are okay, but it is getting warm. Just gonna check a couple more rails, 3v3S5, things like that. I refuse to believe in its death. Well, it does. The thing is, it does come up. That's the quirky thing. Yeah, if it didn't come up, you can go, yeah, okay, you know, PM sleep S4L, but yeah, we've got 3v3S5. No. Ah, crud. Sorry, I'm just trying to find the best place to pick off a particular reading. Okay, what am I looking for? 3v3S4 is not here. So yeah, we're losing... We start up and then we lose S4 and subsequently SO. Alright, so what I can do... Let's see, notes and solutions. Missing PM sleep S4L. Middle bottom. Yeah, missing PM sleep S4L. But that doesn't mean that it is an actual missing PM Sleep S4L. Let's see. R8111. So it should be quad display, by the way. 8. Hey, what's going on there? Oh, you were trying to tell me for PM Sleep S4L. Okay, well, yeah, sorry, I've already got the sequence here for doing that. RTC G3 Hot we've got. Reset L. Ah, geez, all these nasty PCH ones. All these little beasties here. Three 332, 322, 302. Could it just be 3v3 sus? Nah, got my probes reversed, no one cares. 3v3 sus is good. That's set 2. One, two, three, 4. And that's there as well. We've got pretty much all the conditions there. Yeah, David, I've already checked PM Sleep S4L. I'm checking the sequence for when you do not have S4L. You can go through these rails and see if any of them are missing. That's what I'm doing. Why does life suck? Sorry, I shouldn't be rough like that. That's unprofessional. Oh well, it's 1:30. Time to finish it up for the night. Okay, guess I'll see you next time. Probably tomorrow, as I battle through yet another bunch of boards and computers. Till then, you all have a good day, and I will see you next time. Catch you later.